Okay, so I just got this in today. I had to get it from Hannon's because I didn't want to wait 6 months before it became available in Australia. But I'm not going to rant about that. So this is the second boxing of the new tooled 148 Vampire. I've done the first boxing, which was the F3, which was a nice little kit. This is the FB.5, FB.9 variant. I really love the Vampire. I'm a real fan of this era of aviation, end of World War II into the Cold War, and all the new aircraft came out of the time. Just a lot of interesting gear. Over the years I've done the trumpeter one, which isn't accurate, I know, but that was what was available in new tool gear. I've done, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them, different schemes. I just love a Vampire. Alright, so move that up there. Okay. So this one's starting with the lower wing fuselage section. And we're talking about if you're putting wheels up, what you need to do. Then you're into the intake. And wheel. So the intake section, or your intake fan, is also attached to like a wing spar or gear spar, which is your wheel well, your main gear wheel well. So it serves a dual purpose, that part, and you're adding the remaining parts into the wheel well. We got the exhaust. Again, you got another spar cross for the includes the tail boom and your engine nozzle, and then your option for if you're having the pilot in or out, which seat you want to use. I'd be more inclined to just, well, yeah, it'd be no pilot for me. And then you're into the cockpit, which is pretty basic in the Vampire. Your front gear, your nose wheel, bay going in. Some small parts on the fuselage that go on before you put the top half on. And making up your tail booms go on. You got some controls or instruments that go in the upper fuselage half before you glue it in. And then you're putting the top on. And you put the intake sections on. Nose, you need 17 gram minimum, so it does not tail sit. And then you're putting the control surfaces on the rear. You have the option of, you can have the flaps up or down. And you're onto the so if you're doing the flaps up extended, you got a different process you're following, parts you're putting on, which I would do flaps extended, adds a bit of visual interest to the model. And you're onto the geared wheels, the gear doors, wheels, your nose wheel, which is distinct on a Vampire, and the drop tanks on the wings, the slats, and your clear parts for wing light, navigation lights, and your windscreen and canopy. Okay, so you got 213 Squadron Diversoir, if that's how you pronounce it, Diversoir Egypt 1954. Out of the markings included, I'd be inclined to go with that one. The Vampire looks nice in high speed silver, and I like the black nose, black and yellow with the silver. It's a nice looking scheme. We have a camouflage scheme. 502 Ulster Squadron, Royal Auxiliary Air Force, Royal Air Force, Sydenham, Belfast, Northern Ireland, 1955. And did I miss one? Because there's 3 markings, but we only bothered to show 2. It's a French one, I think. There's the other one. France 1959, which is something different. Never done a French Vampire, but yeah, I'm more inclined for the one in Egypt. I'm not sure they didn't bother to put that in the instructions, but hey yo, decals are nice. Of your Airfix decals, I've never really had any trouble with them, they go down well. Alright, the plastic. It's actually a different colour plastic. Oi, there's my knife. Not used to Airfix being moulded in this colour. So straight up, this is a different style of plastic. It's harder than your traditional Airfix plastic, which is soft, the light grey, which is building the DeHavilland, and that's what I'm used to when I open up an Airfix box, that soft light grey plastic. So this one's more crisp, rather different. So the first one I built, the FB.5, was the light grey plastic. Alright, so the intakes, one different one there, it'll be for which version you're doing, variant. Yeah, stabilizer for the tail booms, actuators for the flaps, and instrument panels, and you got the so you got your seat with no harness or seat with the harness, but I usually scratch build a harness, so I'd use that one and to make my own harness probably, but all good. So your nose for your front wheel well, bulkhead behind the pilot, intersection of the wheel wells, gear doors, wheels. Your wheels are moulded They mould them weight on wheel, which is a nice touch for a kit wheel. Still not a fan of 2.5 wheels. Landing gear, it's all nice and crisp, no flash. There's your pilot, it's pretty ordinary really, it's not, and the old hands on your knees makes it a bit hard to fly. Yeah, right, so we got the booms and the lower fuselage wing section. So you got some rivet details on it and some panels. And intake and the spar, bulkhead spars. And you got your molded in for the flaps and the wheel wells into it. Intake has slight ejection pin mark there, but it's not deep. You can just sand that one out. A bit rough on that one, but same again, I'll just sand out easy. It's not like big pin marks that you need to fill. Alright, there we go. So there it is, the new 148 DeHavilland Vampire FB.5 FB.9 variant. Thanks for watching.